Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So I just had an excellent service in church this morning, and yeah. So I guess when it comes to the leaks from these upcoming Mortal Kombat games or possibly Injustice games from NetherRealm Studios, and I kind of find it hard to believe the leaks because now I'm getting to become skeptical about certain leaks online, especially Twitter of all places, because I don't know what's true or not. I think for the most part, whatever Future Boy Kamikaze is getting the information from on Twitter, don't send him the links in this message, but I'm not sure. But we're here to find out what's going on with the leaks, so let's get to it.
Will full bears thou shalt not more corner. Future like one more steps in y'all's corners.
So, if this is to be true, people, and I know leaks are something, but the Shaolin Monk's Successor and the 30th anniversary, so do like, subscribe, want to see more content, and hit the bell notification as well. So yes, it seems like if this leak is to be true, we're getting the successor to Shaolin Monks, which isn't a sequel, but it's a completely brand new game, which is what they're actually doing, NetherRealm. And also the 30th anniversary game is the 3 classical games remastered, and I'll jump into it for you. So several things cancelled. So original trilogy remasters outsourced for 2022's anniversary, and new adventure spin-off MK title between 2023 and 24. A lot of people seem to have expected an appearance for NetherRealm Studios at the Video Game Award. Were disappointed. They were a no-show. There were quite a few internal factors behind their disappearance. Firstly, development of MK11 was cut short, and the 4th DLC pack was scrapped due to disappointing returns on the sale figure. So with that alone, that's another reason why MK11 stopped, which we already know. But this point here now is where things get really juicy and good, people. So on top of that, there was initially supposed to release after Mortal Kombat 11 was a new IP, an entirely new franchise from NetherRealm Studio and their first non-fighting game. That has had its development seemingly put on ice for the time being. So within one calendar year, 2 separate projects from the team, 1 DLC and 1 new game, have been halted mid-production. Since the merger, Warner Bros. Games and their developers have been changing course, and these changes heavily slam down onto NetherRealm. They, being the new corporate overlords, want to see massive returns from their upcoming projects. And some DLCs of 2-year-old games and onwards unknown properties were deemed unnecessary at that time, which is ridiculous. So the basic gist is that NetherRealm shifted their entire release schedule so that a new Mortal Kombat could release next. Unfortunately for us, that means they started from scrap, and thus the rather unusual large gap between releases. On the flip side of that, what I am hearing is that they will still celebrate 30th anniversary next year with remastered release of the original 2 games being handled by an outsourced development team.
I know about the classic games being remastered, but as far as like Shaolin Monks goes, I don't think it's gonna happen unless Ed Boon and them said it themselves. But I don't know about these leaks because I'm having issues believing this stuff or not.
Kombat NetherRealm Studio preparing to departure to Norm as they were gearing up their new IP and non-fighting title, and the team are using the idea for the next Mortal Kombat, as it will be a spin-off game, a spiritual successor to Shaolin Monks, and once again starring Liu Kang as his Fire God form and Great Kung Lao. More of a soft reboot of the Shaolin Monks title and not a sequel. It's its own original story and falls as a prequel to the first game in the series. As of now, the title remains unnamed, and I am uncertain whether it will be using the Shaolin Monks title.
I mean, all of that sounds really good on paper, but I don't think it's gonna work because it's not like the original Shaolin Monks. But given the fact that Liu Kang is gonna be in its original storyline instead of being a sequel towards the first game, like I said, all of that sounds good on paper, but how it's gonna play out in the real game, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, sometimes leaks can also be concerning because we don't know if it's actually real or not. So it's kind of obvious that a lot of people will continue to believe these leaks. I mean, you got to have a common sense to know that whatever you're getting these informations from, yeah.
So, people, so the new IP game completely, which was supposed to be maybe the possible Marvel game, has now officially been put on ice and all that type of stuff. All that's happening, but whatever the new IP, which was a non-fighting game, they're going to use that as the base of their Shaolin Monks successor game, whichever that's being called, which will be with the great Kung Lao and obviously Liu Kang, Fire God Liu Kang. How that's going to work, I don't know, but it will be incredible to see how that game's going to be. And if this is true, then that means obviously that they were actually testing their new IP type of way, how it wasn't going to be a non-fighter with MK11's Crypt. As I already said, the Crypt mode before.
But seriously, where are they? But where is this information coming from? I mean, I don't know if this stuff is actually true or not.
Felt definitely like it was being its own game. It didn't feel like Mortal Kombat, but only the world around you did that made you feel like Mortal Kombat. So that means that this is something else entirely, and that's mad. But we're going to continue anyway. So it says, I hope this info finds everyone who cares in good spirits. Happy holidays, everyone. Marvel rumors are bull. As in any Injustice 3, neither exists. The new IP has been completely halted and all work stopped. For the time being, all resources...
Nah, the way... Okay, so the way the person is writing the leaks, it makes it sounds like the leaks weren't true. Nah, man, I'm starting to worry about this franchise. I don't know. Because the way that the tone of this, this leak article, I don't know. I'm having concerns about this.
Resources are on a new Mortal Kombat adventure title. So the whole thing of any fighting game right now is not happening. They're not doing another fighting game of Injustice right now or an MK fighting game. Instead, it's an MK adventure game that they're working on. We already know that Ed Boon has been tweeting out from before saying Shaolin Monks Remaster, all these other things.
I mean,
and
yeah,
it was
that's
trending
true
on Twitter, the #1 trend on Twitter. So it's big to think that this is a new adventure game, which would probably be a reboot to a whole system, the whole franchise in a way. So whatever that happens, this will be the start of a fresh MK new franchise spin-off big seller, basically, because I know I am someone who's going to be looking forward to this. A lot of you guys are probably looking forward to this too, and I'm really excited at the fact of this, because if we are getting something that's like this means that this game will probably start from that franchise one that they're doing now, the Shaolin Monks adventure game. Then it will probably move into a different one after that, which will still continue a more cinematical story effect, because we know that with their story modes, they're trying to go very cinematic. So them doing this adventure mode literally is what they've been trying to build up to. So instead of it feeling like a fighter slash cinematic movie, they are going for a whole complete cinematic adventure experience. Be so huge, so huge of a game. Though a lot of people wanted Shaolin Monks the other way remaster, with Liu Kang as normal and Kung Lao the other Kung Lao, they're still getting something. They're still getting the great Kung Lao, they're getting Liu Kang as well, and it's still going to be something that's going to be mad. So there might not be all the villains that we wanted, like Noob Saibot and, them other ones, but Reptile and other characters like that. Whoever's been around while Shao Kahn's been having his reign, they will all be there. Melina will be taking a backseat, but who can tell how the game will play, or it will be some type of reboot franchise to Mortal Kombat, where characters who weren't there before possibly come into this timeline and be the ones that stay there and remain there. All this multiverse stuff is just going crazy now. But do let me know what you think in the...
Like I said about the leaks, I still don't believe none of that stuff about the Fire God Liu Kang and the Great Kung Lao and the supposedly Shaolin Monks different game. But I still prefer the original Shaolin Monks. But if this is going to be a new Shaolin Monks, honestly, I don't know how I feel about it, because like I said, all of that sounds good on paper, but if it's like how it is in real time, I'm gonna have mixed feelings about it though. But only time will tell if this is actually true, because I really don't trust these leaks, because we don't know if it's real or not. So yeah, but getting back into the last part, the person who wrote the leak to the article, the way that the tone of this person, the way he expressed how the Marvel rumors about not whatever, but I don't know. like, I'm having mixed feelings on this stuff, man. Just let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Shout out to Future Boy Hugh for making this video. You heard my take. I want to hear yours. I'll see you on my next video.